Frankie, this is really delicious.
I know.
Don't you want to know what I'm talking about?
You're probably talking about your trail mix you're eating.
This is the best trail mix ever.
Is it?
It's really good trail mix.
Oh, I just turned off my phone.
Wait a minute.
What to do?
Maybe we should talk about other trail mixes.
How about this trail mix right here?
Oh shit! All right,
you guys can see that. But guys, today we are smoking the LCA's release for March. That is the trail mix by Kiravari. Kiravari is a fantastic company. If you guys don't know who they are, you guys definitely need to try them out. But we'll get back to you right after this little video, and I'm going to do some sharing.
Yes, please do the same, guys, and we'll be back to you right after this.
I don't know if this is true, but every time I look back on the years, I feel like I wasted my youth. How did I get so cold? How do I wind up every single day going through this life all alone? When am I gonna change? Another day, another month, another year, and still I feel just the same. Help me, I can't shake this feeling away. Help me, I feel like I'm going insane. Help me, I got nowhere to go, I'm afraid. Help me turn this around here today. There's no laughter these days. Far too seldom do I get the chance to even put a smile on my face.
Had to make it that way for a specific reason.
I don't think you did.
Oh, so how did you do it? You didn't. Boom.
Anyways, what is going on, everybody? Anthony, how you doing? Larry, Cam, everybody else watching in the comments, you guys. Today, you guys, we again are smoking the brand new, going to be released tomorrow, trail mix from Kiravari. This is the March release for the LCA. If you guys are not familiar with what the LCA is, you guys, it comes to us from Privada Cigar Club. Basically, they have partnered up with about, I think, 20, 25, Billy, how you doing? Different brick and mortar shops throughout the entire United States. And basically, they will send them at the beginning of the month a couple bundles of cigars. And they all release at the same time across the U.S. So it's 5 o'clock over on the East Coast, 2 o'clock over here for us. Leo, how you doing? And they're always very, very popular releases. We sell out of these within the first 2 days, you guys. And we got 60 this time. Usually we get 40. We got 60 this time. That's a fantastic picture, Miguel.
You like my headset, right?
I still think we are going to sell out of this one ASAP.
Oh, gosh, no problem.
If you guys want to know, post that. I think that's a fantastic shot right there. That's a great shot.
I did pretty dang good this time. And then, you know what, just so we can show off, because they added a little addition to this one that I think should be on all of them from now on. They added a footband. They added that footband right there. Just says LCA. It shows a little bit of a trail mix, which I am snacking on right now.
They all have footband. I just take it off here so you don't get it.
What? Oh, I knew it. I should have known that.
No, you're absolutely right. I think that footband looks great. I don't know why there's an orange on it, though. I've never had orange in my trail mix.
No.
So that's a little different for me.
Dried fruit?
Dried fruit, yes, but not orange. So that's a little different. But yeah, that's a beautiful shot right there, Mike. I love it. That's a great picture.
Oh, yeah, we just want to make sure you guys see it because you're going to want it. I'll go back to the closer up one for the Buenaventura logo. I got creative in my snacks. And, so there you guys go. I just want to make sure you see them. Leslie, how you doing?
Leslie, how you doing? Leslie, I tuned into the Drew Estate event that you had posted.
Nice.
I tried to win that bag. I still want that bag.
What was the question this time?
The question was true or false. All the rappers from the Legal Lines come from the Connecticut Valley.
Yes,
and
sometimes.
Yeah, it is true. But, I mean, I thought it was going to be the anniversary question against. I already had the anniversary typed in. And then as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, delete. So yeah, unfortunately, I did not win, but I still want that red bag, man. It looks awesome.
It does. There's a couple more events too, so if you guys want to win that bag, get to it. Just get to it. I gotta borrow this, please. I want to use the actual cutter for this. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, but this cigar, you guys, we will be releasing it along with every other store across the U.S. That's a partner of the LCA tomorrow at 2 p.m. our time, 5 p.m. East Coast time. So if you guys want to get this, you guys need to come into the shop. Again, I have no doubt that even though you got your package, fantastic. No doubt that even though we got 20 extra of these this month, these are still going to sell out within a day. No doubt. They always sell out super, super fast over at the shop. So if you guys want some, make sure you call Trina if you can't make it into the shop, or you can check out the LCA and see if there is a local brick and mortar near you where you can pick yours up from. Again, it's not every shop. There's only a handful of shops across the U.S. that get these cigars. So very, very limited quantities of these, you guys.
I see a couple extra people tuning in right now. So here, I just want to show it off again. There is the cigar itself right there. It is a trail mix, guys. It goes very well with trail mix. But you know what? I can't really say that because I have not lit mine up yet. May I borrow that lighter, please?
You know, I'm getting a lot of nuttiness in this thing. I'm getting a lot of spice in this thing. That's pretty much it, though. Spice and wood right now.
And nuttiness.
So, nuttiness. So we'll really have to wait and see how it develops. I'm looking for that dried fruit characteristic in there, that vanilla note that's in there.
It did promise quite a bit of flavors throughout this thing.
Yeah.
So I am excited, but let me keep toasting this up before I give my opinion.
Absolutely. David, how you doing? We're just talking here about did that come with Cigar of the Month, or was what is that? Tune in. No, Steven and David, what this is, you guys, is every month Privada Club has a new program called the LCA, the Limited Cigar Association. They handpicked several stores across the U.S., brick and mortar stores that they wanted to partner with. And actually, we've partnered with them for El Segundo, Valencia, and Bakersfield Cigars and more. So pretty damn cool for them to pick all three of our shops. And basically what happens is the beginning of the month, they will send every store that they've partnered with a specific number of cigars. Usually it's a 40 bundle. This month we got 60. So it just depends on what month it is. And every month they have, a new cigar. And we can only release it at a certain time, all at the same time. So again, it'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. East Coast, it'll be 5. But we all release at the same time. So John, he actually goes to the other shop in town, and he's going to get some from there. So I will not be allowing him to get any from our store as to get more cigars into the hands of the people that really want them.
Oh, honest, I think the new LCA rule is no cigars for John.
Yeah.
It specifically says John Baye from Bakersfield, California.
Yeah.
His paint is inferior, all that stuff. It's a whole laundry list of an email we got. Because sometimes the stores will talk to each other like, hey, does anybody have any more? And the answer is almost always no.
Right.
There's no more. If you don't get them the day of almost, or at least the morning after, you're not going to get them.
Right.
So be sure to get your damn cigars. I want you guys to try them. I very much enjoy the Cigar. This thing's starting out quite spicy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm digging it already, but I need to get into it a little bit more. As you can see, it's just barely lit up. And I'm having a little bit of trouble right here. So I'm going to touch it up just a little bit more. And I hope to give you guys another great report, just like the Thai tea and the Cigar.
Yeah, both the Thai tea and the Cigar that came out in January and February were amazing. I was telling you, I think that every time they come out, the next one just keeps getting better and better. And Curavari, maybe a smaller company that not a whole lot of people know about, but they make some fantastic cigars. As a matter of fact, president of our club here, Colibris, Jeremy, one of his favorite cigars is the Curavari Red Label. He actually introduced me to that cigar, and I thought it was a fantastic cigar. I got to meet those guys over at the PCA a couple years back, and they are fantastic. So I'm really happy to see that the LCA chose Curavari to do one of their special releases with. It's a really good choice in my opinion, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
And just to be clear, guys, too, make sure you stick along with us and with Cigars and More, because at the end of the year, I have been holding on to one. This is the third one in a row, so it's the streak is alive still. I know the year's barely getting into there, but there will be one of every one of this year's release from the LCA together in a pack that you'll have a chance to get a hold of. But just one person will be able to do that. Because I've literally only be able to get a hold of one of the Cigabons. They went so quickly. Thai teas I had two, but I'm going to smoke one of those. It's going to happen. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. All right, it's mine.
So that's crazy. So one person is going to get 12 cigars, one special release from each month.
From January to December. We'll see how we're gonna do it because we'll have all of December basically to figure it out. Because it releases on the 5th. I'm sure it's gonna be some kind of Christmas themed cigar again.
Right.
I'm hoping they make a crossover between Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving, the actual movie itself, for November.
Funny. That would be funny.
What I'm saying is that stick with it. So just make sure you try them throughout this so you can see exactly what you're going to get in that 12 pack if you are the lucky one to win.
Just out of curiosity, you guys, how many of you guys have tried any of the other, the Cigar? So David has a few of each. Fantastic.
Hold on,
I was going to ask the Cigar or the Thai tea. Were you guys able to try any of those? Did you guys like them? Do you guys like the LCA program? Me personally, I think it's a great idea. I'm a big fan of it. I saw the other day, right? My wife bought this. Yeah, that's my personal humidor right there, you guys. It is the American flag humidor. I love it. It's not very big. It only holds a couple hundred cigars. I think like 250, I think at the most. But what's wrong?
It's a good size.
Yeah, I know. But some people, like people have been getting, wall humidors and stuff. I have several humidors around this club. I've got one under the table here. I've got two over there. I've got two in my locker. I've got one in my place. I've got one in the car, one in my backpack. I've got a lot of small humidors everywhere, but they all have a specific purpose.
He's got a Glock on his sock, and what else did he say in that movie in Shia LaBeouf? I got a chopper in the trunk. All right, I'm ready to go. Frankie's got too many cigars, too many different places. Condensed. I do have a hidden stack behind behind the toilet in the bathroom, so no one else takes them. It doesn't mean I have a problem. Okay, it just means I like to keep my cigars secret. It's different.
For me, it's I have one for all the cigars that we're supposed to do reviews on that we haven't done in forever.
Yeah.
I have one that has our cigars in it for when we go places and we're going to be selling our cigars. I have one that I use to give away for you guys. Basically, it's a bunch of stuff to give away, so I have that there. The ones in my locker are ones that I usually smoke while I'm here at the club.
True.
The one in my backpack is in case I go anywhere and I need a cigar. The one at my place is in case I want to have one there. This one keeps all of my personal stuff that I want to keep away from John, that I don't want him to have, even though I have given him quite a few cigars from there. His humidor used to be right here, but he realized now that he doesn't want to keep it here because we figured, it was up for grabs in there, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I guess he's being a little stingy. But, with all these different ways to hold cigars, you should also get yourself a little traveling case. And, I think for a night out on the town, trying to feel fancy, trying to impress a girl or something, give her a cigar. I want to get this guy right here. This is the Herrera Esteli from Drew Estate 3-pack. Beautiful. Beautiful as ever.
It is nice. It's got some great vibrant colors to it. The artwork, I love that thick lined artwork for the bird on there.
Yeah.
Those colors are bright, vibrant. I like the small Drew Estate logo at the bottom of that thing. It's a great cigar holder.
If you want to get a hold of one of these guys, again, Cigars and More, get yourself 10 Drew Estates, and there's still some left. What do you call it? Yes, I do. Yes, if you guys ever need some Opuses, just come on over. Frankie's got plenty to share. I'm sure he'd be willing to give everybody an Opus. So everyone gets an Opus day every day here at Cigars or at
Frankie is not a fan of those days. He gets a few drinks in him, and then he starts giving away my cigars. I never understood that.
I think that's a great way to do it. I mean, I see no flaw in my logic in that situation.
David says that the Thai tea was okay. He just got the Cigar.
Nice.
And Charlie says he didn't get the Thai tea, but he got the Cigar. So I personally, I think the Thai tea was good. I think the Cigar was not an improvement, but a
better cigar.
A better cigar, in my opinion. And I thought it was a good way to progress from one to the next. Now, I actually just got that vanilla they were talking about. It was on the back of my palate, and I think it is a nice note. So about an inch and a half in is when I got that vanilla.
Catching up to you yet? A little bit. Getting closer. I don't know. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm still waiting. I got to figure that out.
And Michael says he has a Thai tea. He hasn't smoked one yet.
I would definitely recommend smoking. I liked the Thai tea. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I would put it down or like it's not good. It's just I preferred the Cigar to the Thai tea. I thought it was nice.
David is putting in his orders for some Opus. Actually, I'm actually low on Opus. since Miguel gave them away last time. I've got more Ligas in there right now. I've got the Liga 10, the 9, the 52s. I got an A.
Yeah.
I got a few Liga. Right now I'm Liga heavy.
Liga flush, if you will.
Yeah. But I will be restocking that with Atabey, with Opus, and with I think I'm going to get a couple Davidoff. I know I've always said I'm not a huge Davidoff smoker, but smoking the Yamasa and the Nicaragua more, I'm starting to like it in the late hour.
I was like, how do you? I was gonna say the late. Okay, you said it. So I'm
I think I'm going to start getting a couple of those, maybe like 2 or 3 of each, putting them in there. So every once in a while, when I want something again on that higher tier of cigars, I'll have more options, just Liga or Opus.
That's a good call. Get a couple of Atabays just on store, like you said. Maybe a few of the Byrons.
I have a few of the Byrons in there.
That's true. There was a very large Club Mexique in there, but I smoked that.
There was a Mexique in there. Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
But
I never asked you on camera though. What did you think of the Mexique?
it was phenomenal.
Was it? Was it worth the hype?
Wonderful. I don't know if it's $110 worth, but it's freaking phenomenal of a cigar. I'm so glad I had a chance to smoke it. I would love to get one in a smaller size, a smaller ring gauge, because that was a big son bitch. But I could not deny how great it was. And David, you got to try that Atabey. I think it's one of the smoothest cigars I've ever had. It's a little higher price point for a milder cigar. It's not very strong. So out there, if you guys like a strong cigar, it might not be for you.
Yeah.
And then you mix that with the higher price point, I think it's worth it myself. But if you're somebody who wants something really bold and heavy and in your face, it's probably not going to be your choice. I'd go more for the Byrons.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I would never turn down an Atabey. I like them very much.
Yeah, the first time I'd seen Atabey and I wanted to try it, I actually tracked it down in Fresno. Just so happens I was going to be in Fresno that weekend. So I grabbed a couple. It cost me $108 for 2 of them in the Robusto size. So if that tells you anything about our California taxes, charged a whole lot for them. No, it was a Toro size. I apologize.
Yes.
I got one for Miguel, one for myself. Rick, how you doing?
Hey.
And, even with that higher price point, I fell in love and I thought it was a fantastic cigar. And that's one of the great things about being part of the Love Cigar Club is they'll send you one every few months or so. So, they're really good.
Do it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know who Preston Ashley is, so we'll have to wait and see. Call them afterwards.
And real quick, guys, just for those tuning in right now, here's a picture again of what we are smoking. It is the LCA exclusive, the Trail Mix, coming out tomorrow, 2 p.m. our time. How you doing, Randy?
And real quick, Cam, these will be available tomorrow, like Miguel said, at 2 p.m. at Cigars and More.
2 p.m. Make sure you grab yours, okay? There's only a limited amount, and I already stowed at least one away for whoever is going to win at the end of the year. So that takes another one out of there. Frankie's going to get some. I'm going to probably try to get some.
John's going to go in there and try to vulture some.
John's trying to get 5 of them at once, trying to be a freaking hog of all the cigars. That's what? Out of how many we get? What is that percentage-wise?
5.
Almost
60.
10%.
Yeah.
Almost 10% of the cigars there, John. Gosh.
What do you think of the late hour Davidoff? It's a great cigar. I like it. I like it a lot.
That one's for me. Yeah.
It's a really good one. Let's see. I like the late hour and the Nicaragua. I do as well. I think the Yamasa is another great cigar from Davidoff that not a lot of people smoke.
100%.
I think it's really good.
100%. Let me take that down for right now. Yeah, guys, and remember on the bottom there are also some codes running there. I forget to put that up. Luxury promo code, which is why Frank was talking about Luxury Cigar Club a second ago. That's how we were introduced. Or no, it wasn't. They didn't introduce, but they also have Atabey in there from time to time.
Correct.
Which is very nice to get a cigar that expensive in a cigar of the month package.
Right.
It's a little extra bonus there. They are $60 in Australia each. For which one?
I think he's talking about the late hour.
The late hour. Oh my goodness.
He's either talking late hour or Atabey, one of the two. That's quite a price tag on those. Tom, how you doing?
Oh, that one gets me. Yeah. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, that comes with the hefty price tag. The most expensive cigar I ever purchased was the Opus X Purple Rain, and that was $60 for it by itself. And I smoked it after about a year and a half of purchasing it. I kind of saved it. I wanted to save it. And then, finally, Miguel talked to me and it's like, what are you saving it for? Just smoke it. Either you're going to love it and you're going to wish you bought more, or you're going to hate it and you saved it for no reason. Which, unfortunately, I loved it, and now I can't afford it anymore, and I can't find them anymore, so that sucks.
Well, you had a great experience, though. That's all that matters. It's like a music concert, You can go see the same band multiple times, but that first experience is always going to be, a little bit different than the rest. You know, even or you never see them again play live. I will never see Prince live. You out here already? All right, we'll see you next time.
27 still?
Yeah,
27.
yeah.
27.
We're good.
Yes.
When we text me what we
Okay, I'll text you.
need to bring. I got us 2 stars.
Fantastic.
They're 22. Gosh, they rub it in our because they're not 22 over here. They
Yeah.
are more expensive than that. But it's that feeling of no matter if you have an abundance of them or you have one of them, that first experience is probably just going to be hopefully better than the rest. I would say that. Not that I want them to go down in experience, but when it's not good and you try it again and it's surprisingly better, I still don't think that's as good as if a cigar is really great the first time. And it's like, oh, I remember it being good, you know, every time after that.
So Anthony's lighting up that Baca from Roma Craft, which is a fantastic cigar. I believe it's a Indonesian wrapper.
You put me on the spot here.
It's got a special wrapper to it. I forget what it is, but I know they made a big deal about it when it came out. I want to say it was Indonesian. Import tax is $1,100 per kilogram into Australia for tobacco. Wow, that's a lot.
So I need to bring in some keys of cigars then. I need to hide some keys in my body, you know, like people trying to sneak in drugs into the States.
Cameroon. Thank you. Cameroon. That's what it is.
Wrapper.
Yes, Cameroon wrapped.
I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Matter of fact, we actually got to smoke one with Skip the year he released it at PCA. We did a little interview with him. You guys should probably find that back on the YouTube channel if you go back a while.
Mm-hmm.
But that's always fun. You know, I always like doing stuff like that at PCA. You know, we had Mel on the show right before PCA, and we actually got to smoke the M Cuba with him.
Yes.
And I didn't realize till after the show, and he told us we were the first people outside of the factory and his little inner circle of people he has in his group to try that cigar. So I felt pretty darn blessed to do that.
Yeah, it was an unbelievably nice feeling to get to do that. It was an honor right there. Dave, I'm not going to Google it in the middle of the show. That is. Well, I actually would do that, so I probably should have. But I don't really need to when I got you guys. But pretty much all the answers for the cigar knowledge we need. I think we have enough of what's the word I'm looking for of a board of people here that if we had a question on cigars, pretty much going to know the answer without Google or without any kind of outside help. There's going to be somebody amongst you or ourselves that will have a cigar answer, which is a really cool thing, I think.
Now, you did bring up a good point, Miguel, about if you enjoyed a cigar, great. If you didn't, you picked it up again later. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't again.
Yeah.
My question to you guys is, and I'll have us answer it as well, how many times and how do you go about giving a cigar a second chance or a third chance? What do you guys want to do? For me, if I have a cigar and I didn't care for it, you know, maybe it just wasn't staying lit, maybe it burned unevenly, maybe it was plugged, or I just didn't care for the flavors that day. I will usually wait until we open up a new box of those cigars. I will not get another cigar from that box until we get a new box out because I don't want that same experience, you know, whether it's plugged or they're burning weird, to happen again. So I will wait till we open up a new box.
That's smart. I like where your head's at there because I honestly would totally forget. I can see myself like, oh man, this wasn't so great. And then like a goldfish, I'll be in the same humidor not too long. Like, oh, there's that box and it looks nice. Let me try it out for the second time. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's the exact same experience. I tend to believe that there's usually not a whole box that's wrong with it. At that point, it's probably storage or something because these guys are working really hard. They're doing a good job of rolling these cigars. They're not going to make an entire 20 count or 10 count of duds right in a row unless they are really having a bad day.
Right, when it's Friday.
It could happen. I mean, it's a handmade human error product. You know, there could be problems there. But I just think I could probably pick one out of the same box and be okay. If it's back-to-back 2 bad cigars, quality control as far as how you're taking care of it, humidity. I don't know what else. They dropped it. It literally cracked. But then again, you can literally look at that and see. You don't have to wait. How long would I wait?
Yeah.
I would at least have a few cigars in between.
Yeah.
Not the same day. Definitely not the same day. I wouldn't have if I didn't like it earlier, I'm not going to like it later on that day. So time-wise, just at least before I've had a few cigars. It could be the next day. It could be a couple days later. It could be a few months. You know, it just depends. I don't think I've ever really set a rule to that.
And that's why I asked the question. I was curious to see if anybody else, says, "Oh, if I didn't like it the first time, I'll never try it again," or "I'll give it a couple of days," or "I'll give it a couple of months," or "I'll give it 6 months and try one." I'm always curious to see how people do what they like to do with their cigars. And that being said, you guys, is there a cigar out there? And then he says there's only one he didn't care for. Is there a cigar out there that you don't care for that might be super popular with everybody else? Can you guys think of one? Not to say that it's a bad cigar, but maybe you just don't care for it as much as everybody else does.
A cigar that everybody else seems like I don't. Let's get to this comment real quick before we go to this. I like to get 3 of the same at once. If I don't like it, I let the next one sit and try it again. If for a few months, okay. If I like it, I still have an extra one. If I don't, I can give it to someone else. That's smart. That's a good call. I think 2 tries is plenty. I think 2 tries is plenty. Because by then you don't like it, it's totally cool.
Absolutely. So I'm assuming, Anthony, the wasabi is the one that you did not care for, but it's making him want to revisit it. And, it might be, maybe you need to give it, a year, because maybe your palate's going to evolve from there. Maybe at the time you just didn't care for that particular flavor profile. But a year from now, smoking all these different cigars that come out, maybe when you revisit it, a year, 6 months, whatever later, it's a brand new cigar to you again. And it's something that fits in your wheelhouse.
I can see that idea. Yeah, I like that. There's a few though that I will not give a second try to. The one that sticks into my mind is always the double roast or the macchiato from the Nub line of their flavored cigars. I just can't. I can't do it again. I think there's very few that I didn't like at all. I would not really revisit the Vault. I cannot remember the company for the life of me. But it just wasn't for me. The flavors were just not there. It was bitter the entire time. I just didn't care for it. But it could have been that one cigar. If I tried it again, maybe a completely different experience.
Exactly.
Like the Ingot Rose, did not care for it the first time. Second time, it was surprisingly pleasant.
Yep.
Still not as good as the Green Banker, which I don't think was the original. I think the blue, and then it went green. Or the one.
No, green was first.
It had to have been green first, because why would you call the Banker something? Why would you color the Banker blue before you did green?
Tarania Vault.
Tarania, thank you. I just did not care for that one. It is Tarania. And it's just not for me. It's not for me.
Now, I think the Herman's Blend is probably my favorite from H. Upman. It's their newest one.
Ooh, that's nice.
I think it's fantastic. I love everything about that cigar. I even think that the band color choice was phenomenal. It's got like that medium gray with that kind of metallic copper look to it.
Yes.
They did a great job. That's the colors I wanted to do for a band for a cigar. And then seeing them do that, I was like, yeah, that works so well. I love that color combo of either like a medium to dark gray or a matte black with that metallic copper. Because, everybody does gold. Everybody does silver. But to see that bronze or that copper on there, I think that really pops out, especially on a gray or a matte black background.
I agree with that 100%. It's a great cigar. Tastes great. Looks great. Just is great. But again, the Banker's probably still my favorite.
Let's see. Leo says, in my 47 years of smoking, I haven't met a cigar I don't like. That's just me, though. Hey, that's
nothing wrong with
great.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can say you've liked every cigar you smoked, that's fantastic. I can't remember off the top of my head because, we smoked a lot of cigars over the years.
Sure.
But there have been certain cigars where I smoke it, and I'll smoke them all the way through. Unless it's burning completely wrong, or I get those stems in my lip, which I can't deal with, and I'll pull them out, and it ruins it. There have only been a couple of cigars that I just said, no, I just can't do it.
I have seen him explode a cigar, basically. He finds one vein, like, this thing poking me. All of a sudden, he pulls one out, another one, and another one. All of a sudden, he just unravels the cigar. At some point, you just have to smoke.
I don't like tree trunks inside my cigars.
Sometimes I will agree. They have been very large stem quality veins in there. Yes. Sometimes it feels like you're looking for trouble. You're
Sometimes it's fun too. Sometimes it's fun, you guys. And back me up if you think if I'm not alone on this. But sometimes when you see that stem in there, and maybe you got this much of a cigar, and you try to pull the whole thing out, and you get a long stem. Sometimes it's just satisfying.
I just feel like you're just pulling apart the cigar at that point. I don't know. I just don't know. It is getting a bit sweeter though there's some sweetness coming in there. I think that vanilla is now showing up for myself at least. There's still that woodiness, a little bit of like oaky wood, and some like toasted almonds. I think the best way to describe them. I had almonds and I had cashews in here, pistachios, and sunflower seeds. It tastes most like almonds.
I was gonna say that vanilla for me only lasted for about an inch while I was smoking it. Now it's gone away, and it's more like a dark molasses sweetness
That's the
coming in.
sweetness, yeah.
Still very woody, still somewhat spicy. I've got almost like a pine needle, like the pine needle tea kind of thing going on, which is interesting. So
That is very interesting. And tomorrow, Anthony, the trail mix released tomorrow at 2 p.m. for us, 5 p.m. East Coast time. Call the shop if you want, 661.
So get them from us because it's earlier.
That's true. Well, yeah, I guess ish. Yes and no.
Just to know.
661-861-1116. If you would like to grab yourself some trail mixes, there's a limited amount and they go away very quickly for this.
Yes,
the LCA cigars have been selling phenomenally well, and they will not last in the store. I can guarantee you that one. I definitely would recommend picking it up so far. It's burning very well. It's a nice box press, semi-box press.
Semi-box press, yep.
And I'm enjoying the heck out of this thing. I am very much liking this. There's a long finish to it. I'm still getting a little bit like cinnamon spice on the tongue. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, I 100% agree with what you just said there, Mike. I think it's definitely a great choice by the LCA to include this in their program. And I can't wait for you guys to try this tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll be there to hopefully see them all go. But then again, last time, I think the one with the tag T lasted till about Saturday, maybe Sunday morning.
Yeah, we sold our last one on Sunday.
It was Sunday,
Yeah.
like the very last one too. So you could get lucky. I am not guaranteeing that. I would definitely recommend trying to just get them as early as you can. I started smoking the White Owl with my grandpa at the age of 15. So cheap cigars up to ones I paid $30 for have all been good to me, but they were probably 20 years ago. I know that's not old. That's not old at all. Crazy.
What's been your favorite one of the three so far?
Cigar so far.
Yeah,
This guy's making a pretty good run for the money, though.
I'm gonna say I will have to probably try one or two more of these, so I can compare it to the Cigar.
We got to make sure other people get these. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is for research.
Oh my god!
Science.
Frankie's gonna smoke one of the 10 packs that they came in. They came in 10 packs this time, which is different. Which was, I don't know if that was so we could sell them as 10 packs because we want to make sure everybody gets a hold of more. If we did that, then that's only 6 people get them. You know, and I'd rather see everybody get a chance because everybody who supports local deserves a chance to benefit from that support.
And that's the whole reason behind the LCA.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to, even though I know it's the same thing selling one to one person or 10 to the other person, you're still making the money. But it's not just about that. It's about everybody getting to enjoy the experience.
Yeah,
together.
no, it's definitely not just about making money off them. If that's what we wanted to do, we could just sell all of them to one person and we make money.
Done.
It's about giving everybody an opportunity to get to try these cigars. That's why they think last time they capped it at 2 cigars. So you could try one and age one. I think this time we're doing 4 because we got 20 extra ones.
That's 3.5 per person. So you
3.5 per person.
Actually, I think I was at Chicago Brewing in Vegas, and this guy bought a cigar there, and he's like, "Oh, they didn't do enough of a cut for me. Can I borrow a cut?" I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. And he slides it to the middle. And I was like, "Oh, you just gonna cut just a little bit." Like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna smoke this long of a cigar."
You wouldn't let a guy use your cutter after he put it in his mouth?
He didn't put it in his mouth.
Oh, I thought he was like smoking on it. I was like, oh no, I need more.
No, he hadn't lit it up yet.
Oh,
he
okay.
How would he slide it over the entire thing?
I just thought you meant he was going to try to give it another cut after he's like been puffing on it.
It sounds good. I really don't give a shit.
Ooh.
I really don't. I'll wipe it off. I'll clean it. I don't care.
And then he said he really loved the Thai tea. And Leo says he wants to try the Scooby. I think we have a couple left. I know I reordered more stuff from Lost and Found.
Last I saw, there was 1 Scooby left.
1 Scooby snack left. I did order some more stuff from Lost and Found. It was supposed to be in this week. We only got 1 box. It's supposed to come in another box. So hopefully we'll have some more of their stuff by tomorrow, I'm hoping.
God, really would be nice.
We'll keep you guys posted on when we get that stuff in.
Yeah, I saw that we had 2 of the Malaparidos and 1 Scooby. I was like, oh, rut, bro. We don't have very many left. I had to do that. Yeah, Scooby snacks. That's the ones. Yeah, that's the cigar. It's really nice. It is a nice one, but I am very much looking forward to continuing trying more of the Lost and Found line. So I really do hope those come in as well. So whoever comes in, I want you to be able to like, oh, I got my trail mix here, and let me try that one out of the Lost and Found. Or I like that one. Give me one of each, whatever you want. But we can't do that if they don't show up. It's irritating. Right. So I do apologize to that, guys, but we will keep you posted on Saturday show or Monday mornings if they come in, over the weekend somehow, or if we have to talk about Tuesday. Whenever they come in, you guys will know ASAP.
Now, we had a guy come in the shop earlier today. We were at the shop picking these up for the show today, and I helped him out in the humidor, and he wanted number 1 cigars. So I gave him a pledge. I gave him an Encore, gave him an Eye of the Shark,
Bijou?
Gave him a Bijou, I gave him an Andalusian Bull, and I gave him a Serie V Milanio in the Figurado.
That's not the number 1. That was a Russo. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a Figurado.
Yeah, it was a Russo.
Homeboy. Who would know better than me?
Pretty much anybody, I think. Yeah. People with more refined palates, I think.
If you guys were to choose your favorite out of that list of cigars, those are all past. Oh, and the Quattro. Quattro from Aging Room. I gave him that one as well because that one came between the two.
Yeah, I remember.
If you guys were to pick out your favorite cigar from that list, what would it be? And if you guys want to give me a top 3, you guys can do that too. So, Mike, I'm curious to hear, what would your 3 be?
I would go. It's a tie for all 3 of them. They all get number 1 in my book. It would be the Andalusian Bull, the Bijou, and the Oliva Serie V Milanio. They're all great.
Yeah.
And I could smoke any of those any day of the week. If somebody were to hand me all 3 of them at once, like, hey, you can pick one. Which one do you want? I would tell Frankie to turn off his phone or put it on silent at least.
I thought I turned it off.
I guess.
Do not disturb.
That's night mode. It's night moves mode. It's much different. Turn it on silent at least. Look at this guy. I'm so sorry I have to carry this.
My first time ever doing a show.
My goodness. Well, we're going to go back. I'm sitting next to this doctor here. Anyway, I would probably, if I had to choose between them, I would probably go the Bull first just because how expensive it is now. If I was given the option, hey, you could buy any of these 3 cigars, depending on the time frame I have, because I like the Robusto from the Bijou best. But if you're going Figurado exactly, if I want that combination of a great price point, great cigar, and great burn time, that Oliva Serie V is going to win it. But then again, I want all of them. I want to put all 3 of them in here, which would be a bad idea because you don't want to put the Andalusian Bull in here. It's gonna mess it up.
For me personally, I think, obviously you guys know me. Ron says the Bijou, and Leo, we'll get to your question in a second. Brian, how you doing? Oh, Brian, we didn't see you. You must have came in before we were there.
You looking for the Rocky Patel
old rule? We may not have any right now. We'll definitely talk to Ron. He is our rep for Rocky Patel.
Do you know what it's comparable to? Because I would, if I were to pick a Rocky Patel at the moment, I would probably go ALR, Age Limited Rare. It's a wonderful cigar. I don't think I've had the Old World myself.
I have. Yeah, you have. Because Ron gave them to us over at PCA a couple years back when we were there with Michelle. We have smoked it. We smoked it with him right then and there.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I cannot remember. I apologize. Oh, we were at the Rocky Patel booth.
Yeah.
Sitting amongst everything. Okay, yeah, I did. Mine blew up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're like, I can't tell him. I don't want to tell him.
Yeah. So that's not the cigar's fault. They've been going through Arizona, or they've been going through Nevada of all places. Yeah. So, and sitting in a giant room,
not humidified.
Yeah. They're doing their best. You can't humidify those cabinets when you just get there.
Yeah.
It won't help anyway because you have such a huge room taking up all the humidity.
Yeah.
So I want to try that one again. I would have to try it again. You said it was good.
Yeah,
I believe you. You know, as much as I joke on him, he does pick out some good cigars.
See, this is where we might differ a bit because I would definitely, as you guys know me, the Serie V Milanio would be hands down my favorite of those.
Yes.
Followed by the Andalusian Bull.
Yes,
which I think is a phenomenally underrated cigar to a lot of people because they don't like the price point that it comes at. They weren't fans of it when it was first released. I think that I think I loved it from the first time I ever smoked it. But next I would go Eye of the Shark, just barely edging out the Bijou. The Bijou is great, but for me the Eye of the Shark does edge it out.
It was good. That's it for my list for that one. I like. The Encore is good. The Pledge was better. I like the Pledge a lot better than that one. We're both nice though. The friggin'
The Asian room
Cointreau.
wasn't. I didn't get that one.
I didn't like either of those two. That's not saying they're bad. It's just for being number one, they weren't a number one in my book.
Right.
Still very nice smokes. They're good, but they're not as great as the rest of that list.
Yeah, I could agree with that. As far as the March Madness goes, I still think that the God of Fire Series 2017 anniversary has a really good chance of winning.
I am picking again. I'm still sticking with my Liga T52 to take this one. I think we can ride that T52 all the way to the championship. Out of the 64, the 52 is going to win, which is oh man, there's still a lot of great cigars on there though. So if it loses, I'm not going to be disappointed because there's plenty on there that I would absolutely love to see win.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 64, I would smoke all of the 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's like this one. No, there's none on there that are duds. They're all heavy-hitting cigars. They're great cigars, various different price points up and down the list.
Yep.
I don't think any of the budget-friendly guys really made this one. We could do a whole separate list for that on its own. Probably like a 32 bracket instead of the 64. We might do that another day. But that would definitely – because this one's not really including price point. We haven't really talked about that at all when comparing these cigars. It's usually just a flavor, availability, and what everyone has enjoyed in the past.
I mean, you could do lots of them. You could definitely do budget-friendly cigars, California, $10 and under, which most other places would be way less. You could do all Nicaraguans. You could do all Dominicans. You could do, all Maduros. You could do a lot of different ones where, on all Connecticut's.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice.
You could do a lot when it comes to that kind of bracket, but I like the way we did it.
I agree. And they're going for about $32 right now, Anthony. They are pretty high up there.
And Leo's sticking with his Don Olivan, The Inside Out.
The Inside Out. Like, what was that movie, that basketball, the Hoosiers? That's that situation right there because I have not heard about it out there enough. I love that cigar, but we got to get more people behind it.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried it yet and you can get a hold of one, try the Inside Out so you know exactly what Leo's talking about. And let's see that get to that Sweet 16. Let's get it past that. Let's see it go all the way to the top then. I wouldn't be disappointed at all with that one.
Yeah, Anthony, it's got quite the hefty price tag out here in California.
That's too much.
When they first came out, I think they were half that price.
$16, yeah.
And with our increase in tobacco, with the increased cost of what LFD charges, it's gone up quite a bit. It's definitely an investment, a small investment when you're buying that cigar. But with that being said, it still sells. I saw the box a couple weeks ago of those. We got a buddy, when he comes in from Vegas, he'll smoke at least one a day.
Yeah.
When he comes in, I smoked one for the Super Bowl. People are still buying. I sold another one today to that gentleman that came in and wanted all number one. So,
great.
As fast as we get them in, they go right back out. So, even with those hefty price tags,
18 a piece. That is a phenomenal price. That's basically what we were paying beforehand when they first got released as number one. And because people were kind of sleeping on it still at that beginning stage, we were able to grab like a box or two, I think.
Well, I always grabbed you a box for your birthday.
Yeah, we had it. So I think we together accumulatively, we probably bought like 5 boxes of that cigar.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, if not more. And honestly, I want more still.
I think they're a great cigar. I'm going to need more of this, in fact, as well. This trail mix is going very nicely. It does have a complexity of flavors. I don't know if I would say let's get all the different flavors of every trail mix I've ever had. I'm not getting raisin covered or not raisin yogurt covered raisins. Thank you. But it's got a lot of nice flavors to it. It can stand there with any other complex cigar you can think of and stand up to it. It's very nice. And the burn line, I touched it up a couple times. You guys saw that on camera. But it's going very straight. There's just been a couple little rises. I forget there's a certain name for all of them. I forget which one. But I just wanted to correct it this time. I don't think I would have had to. I just kind of felt like doing it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, do you ever do that? Like sometimes you'll play around with it and keep touching it up. Sometimes it'll be even the smallest little peak. And it's like, you know what? We're taking care of it now. And just take care of it. It is what it is. You don't have to.
No, not at all.
I said that wrong. 18 a piece out the door. Sorry. Losing service. Hey, no worries, Anthony. We'll catch you next time.
Have a good one. Yes.
But if you ever come across 4 Andalusian Bulls for $18, give me a couple.
There was a spot in Vegas that had some good prices on those. I didn't really get to go shopping as much as I wanted to, but that's why we got to go back and go over to friggin' the cigar outlet.
Oh,
Check out that section of all Lanceros. Oh my goodness, that I want that in my life.
so that being said, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for today.
Okay.
I do appreciate you guys sticking with us for the last 45 minutes. Miguel will be live with you guys tomorrow morning for the next episode of Great American Morning, and he'll be on a little bit later tonight with the girls for Girls Going Gin.
Yep.
So check that out. I keep asking them to do a show on Christian Andracchio. If they don't do it, you guys, we are going to do our own conspiracy theory on what happened to Christian Andracchio. If you guys don't know this,
Come on, I'm so
Anyways.
sorry about that. Yeah.
so it's probably because I said conspiracy theory. We lost it there.
Yep.
But so basically, what had happened is this young man, Christian Andracchio, lived out. I think I forget where he lived. I think out Mississippi, and he was a tugboat driver for the Mississippi River.
No, crazy thing is, he died there too.
And he ended up passing away, and they classified it as a suicide. But what had happened, what the interesting part was, is when they did the investigation and they took the pictures, the gun was found wedged in his left leg, between his left leg and the tub. He's a right-handed, and that's how the entrance wound was. Yet there was no blood anywhere.
Yeah,
So
I told you.
it's a very interesting story on what happened to Christian Andracchio. A lot of people think it was his girlfriend and the friend that did it. But it was ruled a suicide. I mean, they took I think they said 45 minutes to investigate and said it was suicide. So it's a very interesting story, Christian Andracchio. So if Girls Going Gin does not cover it, I think we should talk about it.
Maybe that'll be a second, third podcast episode. But guys, don't forget the LCA trail mix coming out tomorrow. Brian, how you doing, brother? Glad to see you. Glad you can check this out before we take off. There it is again, guys. Before we leave. Grab yours tomorrow. Very limited amount. They will be available at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Not 2 a.m. I'm not waking up that early.
Yeah.
But be there and get yours before they run out. And then hopefully we'll have some more lost and found for you as well. We do have the swollen we do have the swollen cock. All right. That's what it's called. It's the name of
See
it.
a doctor.
Well, that's the name of the cigar. We have to say it. Pick yours up as well. I have not had one yet. Frank, did you have one?
I did. It was actually really good.
It's a good cigar. All right. I'm going to have to smoke it too. Other than that, guys, y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.